So, this carbon fiber, it's very rigid. Taped it here and here. That's the bridge I'm going to put on when I'm done with the back. It's just held on with tape. And this whole thing, I cut a groove in here to clear the rod, and it worked out to fit in there really well. And that kept the angle that I wanted. And when everything looked good, I glued it. This is my special patented clamping system. It comes in blue or tan. You can do a light tan, masking tape color. They're going to start carrying it at Ace Hardware. It's a lot like this tape, actually. Anyway, I should be able to take this and have it pretty much land right there, or a little lower because this isn't quite done. And it's 1/16 of an inch lower. That's right where I want it to be. I don't want the neck angle to be excessive because it'll stress the top. The back is on, and I'm fitting this to this at some point here. The scale is really long. It's 26 and a quarter, 26 and a half. It's really a baritone. So we have to, and this slot here is at 26 and 5/8. It's on, will be, there you go. So we're going to put little fillers here after we, anyway, and build a couple of pyramids, shape this to the original pointy, what's left of pointy. It's been worn down. That's okay. And the trim. And this. And I'm thinking French polish. I know a guy. One more time. It's low. Just this little piece right here is low. Low right there. I've never really been leveled. There's plenty of fret. I'm going over the whole thing. This is the process. Straight edge. Right now I'm at 5/1000ths of an inch. I'll end up at 2 to 3. No gap, no gap, no gap. There's the gap there. And again, we've got a gap of about 7 here. It's called neck relief. We're going to remove most of it and get it to about 3. I'm leveling the frets, making sure there's no low spots or high spots. Get them level with a very slight relief, almost 2 or 3 thousandths maybe. And then I recrown each fret to round the edge with a special file. It's cleaning up nicely. This is isopropyl alcohol. Where am I here? Yeah. I've done this one and this one and this one. taking off the glue from the labels that they were some kind of gummed, I believe they were price labels from a label done. It was like 11111, 22222, 333. Anyway, takes a while for it to do its thing. We're almost out of this stuff because of the virus. People bought it all. It's 91% diluted with water at 9% water, 91% isopropyl rubbing alcohol. It's kind to organic surfaces like skin. Lacquer, you got to be a little careful. It can activate lacquer slightly. You can see, just keep rubbing it. It's going to clean up. When I clean these, it'll remove a little more pigment, but we have a plan. We're going to refill these, make them look sharp. A little of that too. It's really good enough for a 100-year-old 12-string. We do them all. And this is now level within 7 thousandths of an inch, 8 thousandths. We'll get it down to about 5, maybe 4. So I file these. I know the noise. Right here, no matter what I do, it stays rough. It's because it's springing back up. I'm filing, pushing down, and it comes up. And I can see it. But it was the noise and the feel after 50 years. I have to restrain it. I'm not going to push it back down. I'm going to leave it where it is and stabilize it with the musician's friend. This is an old piece of binding. You can see it's yellow. It's got glue and I've scraped the glue off. Took it to the belt sander, narrowed down its profile, and I've cut these brand new single edge razor blade. Gone in, cleaned that. We're going to put this in and finish it up. Luther's friend. Luther's friend. Luther's friend. Don't stick it to your finger. Look good. Pretty much done. And we'll take a single edge razor blade or whatever, level it. This edge is actually rounded, and then we trim back the plate that we put in from the underneath. We trim it back with a bevel. so you can't see it. Well, check one off the list. I'm going around and there's my tool, my tube with sandpaper. I'm going around. It's almost done. Not bad. Yep. Okay. So, there's the base. 2 fillers, 2 pyramids, and the other 12-string bridge itself. There's 6 pieces, at least, and many hours of sanding. Sanding, and sanding. Sand it to like 150. We're going to homogenize it and see what it looks like when it's done, except it won't be done, it'll need more sanding. Well, you'd have to look twice to see whether it was original or not. It's a good visual representation of the original bridge. It's not dimensionally perfect, but it's real close. Stayed with the profile, with the little point. That's worth money. And this curve, there's a slight curve on this one side of the pyramids. These are placed to give me good balanced string margins. Remember, this is going to look better, but the original ones are a little chunky in this area, and they're a little wide in this area, not like a 6-string pyramid bridge. They bulge here, as you can see. So, make sure we haven't, yeah, this guitar is indeed, it had died, and it has certainly gone to guitar heaven, because if I drill 12 holes, put strings on it, it'll play, and it'll play real good, but it isn't done yet. I've got some special plans for the top. We'll see. That'll probably, the guitar is fixed. The rest is, this is just a dummy. I put this in here just to, do the thing. The real ones, this slot goes all the way through. And in this case, it was already here. I did a trick to this. Took it to the drill press and drilled through this whole piece that's on top. So I deepened the slot because I thinned it. So the slot is nice and deep, very stable. I can widen it if I have to. So we're done with this phase. The next phase is to make it look nice, which includes finishing the work on the fretboard, finishing the work on the fretboard, putting the, I'm waiting for the celluloid from England, the perloid. I'm going to fill these and make them sharp. And I'm thinking the black is easy, it'll be black lacquer. And the top is probably going to be French polished. I know a guy.